one day I was driving home and I had this reoccurring thought that I was going to be a motivational speaker. And at the time I was like, what? Not me. I'm scared. I don't even, because I used to get teased as a child about my voice. And so I had developed this thing of really being a little about really speaking in front of people unless I absolutely had to. I mean, I know we all talk, so I would still feel this feeling of inadequacy every time that I spoke, because I always thought that people thought that let's review the list. I sound like a man, my voice is deep, just raspy, it's been one of those programmings that I dealt with as a child. And so I used to shy away from anything that was dealing with public speaking. Like, I mean, I can talk to anybody, that's just, I'm a talker. But when it came to delivering a message to someone, no. And so as I'm driving home, I get this little nudging of, you're going to be a motivational speaker. So what I do, I whip out my phone and I say, I'm going to see what I sound like. Because, we don't really know what we sound like until we hear ourselves. Otherwise, you just don't pay that any attention, right? And so I was like, well, let me just say a few words of encouragement in the phone and then play it back to myself. So I did. And I was like, no, this is not going to work. Where did this idea of motivational speaking come from? What are you all saying? I don't think so. And so I kind of just brushed it off and was like, well, whatever, because we have a lot of thoughts that go in and out of our brains, Some of them need to be brought here, and then some of them, you might need to, swat it like a fly, like, get it out of here, It was one or the other. So I didn't swat it, but I just kind of pushed it down and was like, nah, I don't think that's going to work out for me, because I don't think that that's my thing, I like to encourage people. I like to help people. How else do you help people if you don't talk to them, right? So this is what I did. Weeks later, I would enroll into some acting classes. Because I felt like, okay, if it's something to this, because it kept pulling me to it. And it kept pulling me to listen to other motivational speakers. It was just this thing that I keep trying to tell y'all about. And I can't say that it was my dream to be a motivational speaker, but I do know that it fit in line with all the other things that I wanted to do, or my dreams, because I just really wanted to be an author. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a writer. I always felt like I had a really good gift for it. And so I because like I say, wonderful, wonderful life sometimes. And yeah, it took that dream away from me a long time ago to be a writer. And I was just like, oh man, until, I'll tell you that later. But so I enrolled in some acting classes. Because I said, well, if it's something to this whole motivational speaking thing, I need to get comfy with it and maybe stand up in front of people and maybe act a little bit in some stuff. I mean, I've always been such a character anyway, So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go do this. So I took acting classes. Yeah. And I remember my heart beating fast and standing in front of all of the other students that was in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm nervous. Like, I don't even know how to get past this nervousness. And then it was the whole voice thing, and then it was just feeling like well, what am I doing? I just, even though I talked all the time, I didn't think that it would be this hard. To read the lines and remember them and then get up and deliver them was like, And so I was like, well, but I went through it. And what it did, after a while, maybe because you get comfortable with the people around you, or you start to embrace your talents, and you embrace your fears of what you're, having to do, but you're doing it anyway, right? And so I remember saying, I really like this. And then on some levels, modeling, because I used to model, it's like acting. I mean, you just don't talk. But you have to give the facial expressions as if people can read your mind. You gotta, if you're trying to be sexy, you gotta put the sex appeal on. If you're trying to be a school teacher, you have, whatever. What I'm saying, I'm a school teacher, but it's different types of models. So whatever that mode that you have to embrace at that time to deliver that look, it starts with your thoughts and what you're thinking. Because I remember, I'm a little off for 1 second. I remember when I first started modeling, I facial expressions, although I have plenty, never lacked the facial expression, but sometimes your thoughts, when you think of something, like if you're supposed to be having a wonderful time, and in your head you like, oh, I'm supposed to be having this wonderful time. So I think, when did I have such a wonderful time? When was it the most inspirational, the most motivating, encouraging moment of my life? What was it? And so you have to, clank, 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 all the way to the forefront of your mind and tap into that. And then something happens that is so wonderful. Your face starts to take on whatever your thoughts is. And so a lot of ladies would do that with when they wanted to be sexy in a picture, they would play the sexy music, and then they'll drag up when they felt their sexiest, or when was it was a sexy moment, or whatever, and so then your face starts to take on that look. And so, back to the subject. So, the acting classes prepared me for something. And at the time, I just thought that I was doing something outside the box, because I really wanted to embrace another part of the entertainment field, as well as kind of look at this motivational speaking thing and kind of make it serious a little bit. And so, what came from that, and not right away, guys. It didn't happen right away, I'm gonna tell you, because I was scared to make videos. Like I remember when Instagram got video, I was like, okay, well now, how am I supposed to do this, and so on and so forth. And then I know that I have a quality about myself that could be a little silly. Yeah, just a tad bit. And sometimes that's what people see, and I can be very serious, no doubt, but I just rather keep things light, because I'm just that type of person. But I remember recording myself with my phone, never posting anything right away anyway. It would just be like, and I would critique that video. I had one hair missing in my eyebrow. Oh, I need to fix that. I can't put that out. It would just be ridiculous how I would do it. But I kept doing it. I kept making videos privately, of course, And some opportunities came with the acting. And I could have very well been like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I, don't think that I'm good enough, or what have you. And so when the opportunities came, I just took them and did the very best that I could do. And, that's all. Pretty much what we ask, guys, is that you do the best that you can do. Do the best that you can do. Not my best. You can't do my best. You have to do your best. And so I embraced the whole thing. And so then shortly after that, after watching so many motivational speaking engagements, because Les Brown, I love him. I love him. I do. I've said this plenty of times. But motivational speaking is one of those things that if you can get it the way that I deliver it, then it was well worth it. And that's how I look at it. It's like, I'm not going to be like this person over here because I'm not that person. I'm going to make a whole lot of facial expressions. I'm going to laugh at myself. I'm going to joke a little bit because this is my spirit. This is how I am. Yeah. Pretty much ask everyone. Just, always been a special type. Take that however you want to take it. But I never dreamed in my head that, I did. Eventually I started to think and embrace the whole motivational speaking thing, but I still wanted to be a writer. That's really where my mind was at. And then, then I fell in love with coaching. And so all three of these things, they really work together in a lot of ways. And because you can motivate people in your writing, you can motivate them on a one-on-one coaching, group coaching, all of that. And you can definitely inspire someone, like I was inspired in motivational speaking seminars and things of that nature, where someone is giving you a different perspective to look at. How about you do it this way? Try it this way because this way it may help, or do it this way because it possibly could help you. And then we try different things, and then we succeed, and that is the goal, guys. So that was just a little story about the motivational speaking aspect of my life. But I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you're getting something from these videos, because that is my goal. I enjoy talking, but I do want to give you some food for thought. I do want to give you something else to think about. And so I'm hoping that I'm delivering on that on my end to you guys. And if it's just 3 people that get it, that's fine by me. I don't mind, because that's 3 more people that I've helped to inspire. And it's not even about what I do. I just want to help someone become the best version of themselves. I want to help someone, when they look in the mirror, they're totally confident in who they are, and they're going after what they want, because it is so important to do that nowadays. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.